Picture ancient Greece, a world before hospitals, before stethoscopes, before we understood blood circulation. In this era, Erasistratus emerged, a physician, anatomist, and pioneer. He had no advanced tools, only relentless curiosity and a drive to see beyond the surface. Born around 310 BCE, he worked in Alexandria, home to the legendary library. But Erasistratus wasn't content to read. He wanted to see for himself. Alongside Herophilus, he was among the first to perform human dissections, defying taboos to map the body's hidden landscape. He distinguished between motor and sensory nerves, realizing some carried messages from the brain to muscles, others back again. He described the heart's valves with unmatched precision, and saw the heart as a pump, not the seat of emotion. This mechanical view was revolutionary, a leap toward modern medicine. But his most famous insight came not from dissection, but from observation. He noticed emotions could alter the body, a racing heart, flushed cheeks, quickened breath. This led him to solve a royal mystery and invent the world's first lie detector. Erasistratus showed that truth isn't just spoken, it's felt in the rhythm of a pulse. He bridged the gap between mind and body, forever changing how we understand ourselves. His story begins with a simple question: what secrets does the human heart reveal? In Erasistratus' time, Aristotle's ideas ruled. He thought the heart was the seat of intelligence, and the brain just cooled the blood. Challenging this dogma took courage and evidence. Erasistratus found that evidence through anatomy, dissecting bodies to map nerves and trace their origins to the brain, not the heart. He proposed the brain as the command center of thought and consciousness. He noticed the brain's folds, linking their complexity to human intelligence. Erasistratus also theorized about pneuma, vital spirits powering the body, an early attempt to explain biology without magic. He saw the body as a system, the mind influencing the heart, all connected by nerves and pneuma. This mechanical perspective set the stage for his greatest diagnostic feat. He was ready to observe not just anatomy but the dynamic interplay between emotion and physiology. Erasistratus' approach was a turning point. He was about to uncover a secret hidden in the body's responses. The universe within was about to reveal one of its most profound mysteries. He was prepared to listen to the body's silent language, and soon, that language would speak volumes. The royal court of the Seleucid Empire faced a crisis. Prince Antiochus was wasting away from a mysterious illness. No remedy worked, the prince grew weaker by the day. King Seleucus summoned Erasistratus, the most renowned physician. Erasistratus examined the prince. No fever, no wound, no physical cause. He suspected the illness was rooted in the mind or heart, not the body. Profound sadness or secret torment he knew could manifest as real sickness. Erasistratus watched the prince closely, observing his reactions to visitors. The prince remained unchanged, until Erasistratus noticed a pattern. He hypothesized a hidden emotion was at play, perhaps love, fear, or grief. The challenge? Make the prince's body reveal what his mind concealed. Erasistratus decided to let the body speak its truth. He set the stage for a medical investigation that would become legendary. The answer, he believed, was written in the prince's pulse. All he needed was the right moment to reveal it. The physician's patience would soon pay off. The mystery was about to unravel. Erasistratus needed to peer into the prince's emotional world without asking direct questions. He devised a plan to monitor the prince's pulse as court ladies paraded by. The pulse, he believed, could betray hidden feelings. Woman after woman entered, but the prince's pulse stayed weak and steady. Erasistratus waited, fingers on the prince's wrist, searching for a sign. He was practicing early psychophysiology, using the body to read the mind. The experiment was simple: observe, hypothesize, test, and conclude. He was looking for a connection between an external event and an internal reaction. The answer, he knew, would come if he was patient. Erasistratus was about to witness the body's involuntary confession. The prince's secret was close to the surface. All it needed was the right trigger. The physician's method was as elegant as it was revolutionary. Soon, the truth would pulse beneath his fingertips. The parade continued, until Stratonice, the prince's stepmother, entered. Instantly the prince's pulse raced, his face flushed, his breath quickened. Erasistratus repeated the test. Each time Stratonice appeared, the prince's body reacted. Even the mention of her name sent his heart pounding. The diagnosis was clear. Antiochus was desperately in love with Stratonice. This forbidden love was destroying him. Erasistratus approached the king with care, first suggesting the prince loved someone. When pressed, he cleverly said, "He is in love with my wife." The king refused to give up his own wife, prompting Erasistratus to reveal, "And you would not give up yours?" The prince is in love with Stratonice. Moved by his son's suffering, the king gave Stratonice and part of his kingdom to Antiochus. The prince recovered, proof that a hidden emotion could cause real, physical illness. Erasistratus's diagnosis was a triumph of observation and empathy. He had used the body's signals to solve a mystery words could not. This was more than medicine. It was the birth of mind-body science. The story became legend, echoing through centuries. Erasistratus had shown that the heart's secrets could be read by a skilled observer. The prince's recovery was a testament to the power of understanding the whole person, and the world would never see medicine the same way again. The story of Antiochus and Stratonice marked a turning point in medicine. Erasistratus proved that mind and body are inseparable. Emotions like love could trigger real measurable changes: a racing heart, flushed skin, rapid breath. This was a radical idea. Feelings were not just thoughts, but physical events. Erasistratus's insight laid the foundation for psychosomatic medicine. He showed that mental states could cause or worsen physical illness. Treating the whole person, not just symptoms, became essential. His work forced us to ask, where does the mind end and the body begin? The answer: they are one, intertwined. Our consciousness emerges from our physical brain, our emotions are written in our biology. Erasistratus, with his fingers on a pulse, was among the first to grasp this unity. He saw that we are not ghosts in a machine, we are the machine, thinking and feeling. His discovery changed medicine forever. In that royal chamber, Erasistratus invented the first lie detector. He bypassed words and read the body's involuntary signals. This principle lives on in the modern polygraph, which measures heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, and sweat. The polygraph doesn't detect lies. It detects the stress and arousal that often accompany deception. The method is the same. Establish a baseline, then look for spikes in response to critical questions. A hidden emotional response reveals itself as a physical change. The technology has advanced, but the core idea is ancient. Polygraphs are controversial, they can be fooled, and anxiety can trigger false positives, but the concept remains. Secrets have a physical weight, measured in a heartbeat. Erasistratus was the first to use physiology to expose hidden truths. His insight echoes in every modern lie detector test. The body, he showed, cannot always keep a secret. Beyond the lie detector, Erasistratus's true legacy is his exploration of the brain and nerves. He challenged the belief that the heart was the center of thought, arguing for the brain's supremacy. He mapped nerves from the brain and spinal cord, deducing their role in sensation and movement. He described the brain's anatomy, the cerebrum, cerebellum, and their folds, linking structure to intelligence. His work laid the foundation for modern neuroscience. In the heart, he described the four main valves and saw the heart as a mechanical pump. Though he erred about arteries containing only air, his mechanical view was a leap forward. Erasistratus valued observation and experimentation over dogma. He tried to measure bodily processes, earning the title Father of Physiology. His mindset was modern: ask questions, seek evidence, test ideas. In an age of superstition, he was a beacon of rational inquiry. His work charted the physical home of the mind. Erasistratus's methods shaped the future of science. Erasistratus was more than a clever doctor. He was a titan of scientific thought. He moved medicine from superstition to science, mapping the brain and heart as centers of consciousness and mechanics. His greatest legacy, proving the mind-body connection. A secret love could make a pulse race. Emotions are written in our biology. His methods, observation, hypothesis, experiment, became the engine of science. The echo of that prince's heartbeat lives on in every study of mind and body. Erasistratus laid the foundation for 2 millennia of discovery. When your heart pounds with emotion, remember him, listening to the secrets of the human heart. He taught us to seek the cosmos within as well as without. His curiosity forever changed what it means to be human.